Listen to me carefully. Success is not a luxury. It's not a dream. It's not something for the elites. Success is your duty. It's your obligation. It's what you were born for. And I don't care where you came from. I don't care what they said about you. I don't care how broke you are, how tired you are, how much you've been through. Because none of that changes your responsibility. You were not created to just survive. You are created to thrive. You are created to dominate. You are created to win. And until you believe that, with every cell in your body, life will keep punching you in the mouth. But I'm here to tell you right now, success is not an option. It's your responsibility. You think you're doing enough? You think showing up is enough? You think just wanting it is enough? Let me tell you something. Nobody cares what you want. They only care about what you do. You say you want success, but do you want it more than you want to breathe? Because that's what it takes. You're in a fight every day, not just for your dreams, but for your future, your legacy, your family, your name. This isn't a game. This is life. And life is going to test you, it's going to break you, it's going to crush you, and it's going to ask you one question. Are you willing to suffer for what you say you want? Most people fold, most people run, but not you. Because if you can hear my voice, if you can feel this fire in your chest, then you were made for more. I'm not talking about motivation. I'm not talking about a little hype to get you through the week. I'm talking about a mindset, a lifestyle, a daily decision that says no matter what comes, I'm going to rise. Listen, the world doesn't give handouts. The world doesn't care about your excuses. And success demands everything. It doesn't accept mediocrity. It doesn't entertain laziness. It doesn't reward effort. It rewards result. You either get it done or you don't. Period. You were not put here to live in fear. You were not put here to be average. The enemy of greatness is not failure, it's comfort. And too many of you have gotten comfortable with losing, comfortable with settling, comfortable with being almost. But almost doesn't count. Almost never changed a family's destiny. Almost never broke a generational curse. Almost never fed the hungry, never built a legacy, never changed the world. Success starts when you stop being okay with almost and start demanding all. And that starts with waking up every day and understanding that success is a duty. It's not something you try when it feels right. It's not something you chase when you're in the mood. It's a commitment you make before the sun even comes up. It's a vow you take before you look in the mirror. You say, no matter how I feel, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how long it takes, I will not quit. I will not fold. I will not make excuses. I will not go back, because I'm not doing this for applause. I'm not doing this for fame. I'm doing this because it's who I am. It's what I owe. You owe, you hear me? You owe it to your mama who raised you by herself. You owe it to your father who worked 3 jobs just to keep the lights on. You owe it to your kids who are watching your every move. You owe it to the little version of you, the one who believed, the one who dreamed, the one who knew you were destined for something bigger. You owe it to every teacher who said you wouldn't make it. You owe it to every coach who benched you. You owe it to every doubter who said you was too small, too weak, too broken. You owe, and the currency you pay with? Blood, sweat, sacrifice. That's the price of greatness. But hear me. You don't pay that price once. You pay it daily. You pay it in the dark when nobody's watching. You pay it when your body is aching, your mind is tired, and everything in you says quit. You pay it when you're broke, but you keep grinding. You pay it when nobody believes in you, but you believe in you. That's the difference between winners and everyone else. Winners don't need the lights. They don't need the crowd. They don't need the applause. They show up because it's who they are. They don't do it for show. They do it because it's a duty. You want to be successful? Then stop treating it like a side hustle. Stop treating it like a maybe. Stop talking like you got options. There are no options. This is it. This is your shot. This is your moment. This is your life. You don't get to restart. You don't get to rewind. You get one chance, one opportunity, one timeline. So you better start acting like it matters. You better start living like it's sacred. You better start grinding like there's a clock ticking over your head, because there is. You're not promised tomorrow. You're not even promised tonight. So what are you going to do with the time you've been given? And don't come to me talk about talent. Don't come to me talk about connections. Don't come to me talk about luck. Success ain't about talent. It's about tenacity. It ain't about luck. It's about luck. It's about labor. It ain't about connections. It's about conviction. Every single one of you has what it takes. Not because of your background, but because of your burn. That fire inside you, that's the engine. That's the spark. That's the fuel. But it only works when you move, when you act, when you refuse to wait for permission and start demanding results. You've got to be willing to do what 99% won't so you can live like the 1% do. That means outworking, outlasting, outloving, outbelieving, outgrinding every obstacle in your way. That means doing it tired, doing it scared, doing it hurt, doing it without the praise. Because when it's your duty, quitting is not an option. When it's your duty, failure is not fatal. When it's your duty, you keep pushing even when your legs give out. You crawl if you have to, you bleed if you must, but you don't stop. You don't back down. You don't surrender. Success is earned, not given. And you earn it every time you rise after falling. You earn it every time you choose discipline over distraction. You earn it every time you grind while they sleep, study while they party, train while they rest. You earn it with repetition. You earn it with resilience. You earn it by standing firm in the storm and saying, this won't break me. It's building me. Because the pain you feel today, that's the foundation of the strength you'll need tomorrow. The struggle, that's the training ground. The obstacles, that's the curriculum. Life is trying to teach you what it takes to be great. Are you listening? Everybody wants to win until it's time to sacrifice. Everybody wants the throne, but nobody wants the grind. You think LeBron became LeBron by skipping practice? You think Oprah became Oprah by sleeping in? You think Steve Jobs built Apple by waiting for perfect conditions? No! They outworked the world. They made a choice to do what others wouldn't so they could have what others couldn't. They didn't treat success like an option. You've got to want it like you want to breathe. You've got to be so hungry that the pain doesn't scare you anymore. So hungry that you'd rather sweat, bleed, crawl, and cry your way to victory than sit on the sidelines and wonder, what if? When you treat success like it's optional, you give yourself room to fail. You give yourself room to procrastinate. You give yourself permission to settle. But when you say success is my duty, there's no plan B. There's no back door. There's no safety net. You go all in. You burn the boast. You burn the excuses. You burn the fear, the doubt, the insecurity, and you go get what's yours. And here's the truth. The world doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't. Listen, you don't get what you want in life. You get what you fight for. You get what you earn. You get what you commit to. You get what you're willing to struggle for. And if success is your duty, then quitting is not an option. If success is your responsibility, then mediocrity is disrespect. If success is your obligation, then comfort is the enemy. You got to be willing to go where others won't, to train when others sleep, to sacrifice when others relax, to believe in yourself when nobody else does. Don't you dare give up on your gift. Don't you dare hide your potential. Don't you dare shrink so others can feel comfortable. The world doesn't need you to be average. It needs you to be authentic. It needs your greatness. It needs your excellence. You've been playing it safe too long. You've been dimming your light for too long. You've been silent when you should have been shouting. It's time to rise. It's time to roar. It's time to go get everything with your name on it. Every time you show up, even when you're tired, that's commitment. Every time you do the work nobody sees, that's integrity. Every time you push past fear, that's growth. And every single day you choose discipline over comfort, you are saying to the universe, I'm serious about my calling. I'm serious about my legacy. I'm not here to play. I'm here to dominate. I need you to understand that there is no shortcut. There's no magic pill. There is no overnight success. You've got to show up day after day, broken, tired, frustrated, but hungry. Success will test you. It will humble you. It will break you down before it builds you up. But if you stay in the fight, if you refuse to back down, if you keep grinding when it don't make sense, success will bow to you. It will reward you. It will elevate you. You got to stop being okay with average. Stop surrounding yourself with people who make excuses. Stop letting fear control your decisions. You were born for more. You were born to win. You were born to lead. But you've got to be willing to go all in. You've got to be willing to sacrifice comfort for greatness. You've got to be willing to bet on yourself even when no one else will. There's a version of you that you haven't met yet. A version of you who's disciplined, focused, unstoppable. A version of you who doesn't flinch when life gets hard. A version of you who understands that success is not a game. It's a calling. You've been playing small, but deep down you know there's more in you. You know you got more to give, more to build, more to conquer. And I'm here to tell you, the world is waiting, but it won't wait forever. Make the decision. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Decide that you're done playing. Decide that you're done negotiating with your dreams. Decide that you're going to do whatever it takes to become the person you were born to be. Because success is not an option. It's your duty. It's your job to rise. It's your job to grind. It's your job to fight. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your family. You owe it to your creator. Wake up and go get it. Wake up and work for it. Wake up and become it. Because once you understand that success is your duty, everything changes. Your mindset changes. Your habits change. Your circle changes. Your results change. And then you look in the mirror and you don't see the old you. You see a warrior. You see a winner. You see someone who took the responsibility of success and made it reality. So what's it going to be? Excuses or excellence? Comfort or calling? Fear or faith? You can't have both. You've got to choose. But if you choose greatness, if you choose to treat success like your duty, there's nothing in this world that can stop you. Now go out there and execute like your life depends on it, because it does. Let me tell you something that changed my life forever. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you are willing to work for. That's the truth. You want success. You want greatness. You want to rise above average? Then stop hoping for it and start owning it. Stop walking around waiting for a handout and start digging deep and grinding like your soul depends on it, because it does. You've got to understand something powerful. Nobody owes you anything. The world doesn't owe you an opportunity. The world doesn't owe you success. The world will not stop spinning just because you're tired. If you want it, you got to take it. You got to get up every single day and demand it from yourself. People say, E.T., I don't feel motivated. I say, you don't need motivation when you have purpose. When your reason is big enough, you'll find a way. When your why is strong enough, your excuses will die. You've been leaning on feelings. You've been leaning on comfort. And every time you lean on those things, you fall. Because success don't care about your feelings. It cares about your commitment. It cares about your hunger. You've got to ask yourself, what am I really committed to? Am I committed to greatness or committed to my comfort zone? Am I committed to excellence or committed to staying the same? Because your life will answer that question for you. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your standards. What are your standards? What are your non-negotiables? Do you wake up when you feel like it, or do you get up because you said you would? Do you train only when you're motivated, or do you train because discipline is who you are now? See, success is about identity before it's about achievement. You've got to decide what kind of person you are. You've got to become the kind of person who doesn't make excuses, the kind of person who doesn't take shortcuts. When success becomes who you are, not just something you want, everything changes. Don't get it twisted. I'm not talking about chasing money or fame. I'm talking about fulfilling your calling. I'm talking about stepping into the life that was designed for you. the one that demands your full effort, your full presence, your full power. That dream you've got, that vision you've been carrying around in your heart, it's not random. It's your assignment. And the only way to honor that assignment is to show up every single day like it's your last day. The clock is ticking. You don't have time to waste. You don't have time to doubt. You don't have time to sit in fear. You've got to rise now. You've got to rise hard. You've got to rise with purpose. See, too many people are trying to fit success into their schedule. But let me be real with you. Success has to become your schedule. It's got to become your life. It's got to become your obsession. Not in a toxic way, but in a purpose-driven mission, 5-minute, do whatever it takes kind of way. You got to show up to your life like it matters, because it does. Every day you don't give it your all, you rob the world of your greatness. You rob your family of the legacy they deserve. You rob your future self of the life you were meant to live. You don't owe the old you anything. That version of you who played small, who gave up, who procrastinated, you don't owe that person loyalty. You owe the new you obedience. The new you that doesn't ask, can I do this, but says, I must. The new you that doesn't wait for perfect conditions, but makes conditions perfect through effort, attitude, and consistency. You owe that person everything. Let me tell you something real personal. There were days I didn't want to get up. Days I felt invisible. Days I felt like everything I was doing didn't matter. But you know what kept me going? I remembered that someone out there needed my gift. Someone out there needed my words. Someone out there was dying from hopelessness, and I had the medicine. And if I chose to stay in bed, if I chose to be lazy, I was denying that person a chance to live. That's how deep it is. That's how serious it is. When you make success your duty, you start thinking about just yourself. You start realizing this thing is bigger than you. So many of you are sitting on gifts that could heal nations, that could shift culture, that could break generational chains. But you treat your gift like a hobby. You treat your calling like a side project. You play with it like it's optional, but it's not optional. It's critical. It's essential. Somebody's life is tied to your discipline. Somebody's breakthrough is connected to your consistency. And you're sitting around thinking you've got time, but let me ask you, what if you don't? What if your opportunity shows up tomorrow and you're not ready because you didn't do the work today? What if the door opens, but you can't walk through because you stayed comfortable instead of committed? Preparation is your responsibility. Greatness is never given, it's earned. And you earn it in the dark when no one's watching. You earn it when you show up without applause. You earn it when you grind even when it hurts. That's where champions are made. Listen to me. You were born to be a finisher, not just a starter. Too many of you start strong and finish weak. Too many of you hype yourself up but can't hold yourself accountable. You don't need another goal, you need a standard. You don't need another burst of motivation, you need relentless discipline. You need to be able to do it tired, do it frustrated, do it heartbroken, do it broke. Because success doesn't care about your emotions, it respects your consistency. You think it's hard? Of course it's hard. That's the point. If it were easy, everybody would be doing it. The difficulty is what makes it valuable. The struggle is what makes it worthy. You don't grow when it's easy. You grow when it's tough, when you want to give up, but you choose to press on. That's where transformation happens. That's where greatness is born. So yes, it's going to test you. It's going to stretch you. It's going to challenge everything in you. But if you endure, if you stay the course, you will reap the reward. And let me be very clear. This isn't about being perfect. This is about being committed. You will fall. You will fail. You will get knocked down. But the difference between winners and everyone else is that winners don't stay down. They don't make quitting a lifestyle. They get back up. They recalibrate. They learn, they grow, and they go again. Because when success is your duty, failure is just a part of the process, not the end of the story. I know life is hard. I know you got responsibility, struggles, pain. But let me ask you, what's the alternative? Live in regret? Live beneath your potential? Let fear run your life? Absolutely not. You got a mission. You got a reason. And no matter how dark it gets, how lonely it feels, how uncertain the future looks, you got to believe that the pain has purpose, that the grind is not in vain, that every ounce of effort you put in today is building a life you'll be proud of tomorrow. You've come too far to quit now. You've survived too much to give up now. You've cried too many nights to throw it away now. Stand up, wipe the tears, square your shoulders, and say, I'm still in this fight, because greatness doesn't belong to the most talented. It belongs to the most committed, the ones who never stop, the ones who show up broken but still show up, the ones who hear no 1,000 times but keep knocking. That's who wins. That's who rises. That's who dominates. So stop looking around. Stop comparing yourself. Stop doubting and look in the mirror. That's your competition. That's your standard. That's your assignment. Don't waste another second playing small. Don't waste another second blaming, complaining, and hesitating. Your moment is now. Your time is now. Your success is not an option. It's your obligation. Go make it happen. Not tomorrow, not when it's convenient. Now, grind like you've got one shot. Execute like your life depends on it, because it does. And when it's all said and done, when the lights are off and the crowd is gone, you'll be able to look back and say, I gave everything. I held nothing back. And I became exactly who I was born to be. Success is your duty. Own it, live it, die for it, because that's what champions do.